Wait, you're telling me that these balloons cost more than last year because of inflation? If everything feels more expensive these days, you're not wrong. Inflation is the rate at which costs rise, and annual inflation in the United States was 9.1% at the end of June 2022. That's the highest since 1981. Look, I'm here for big hair and synthesizers, but sometimes throwbacks just go too far. In 2022, grocery prices increased by 11.4%, and restaurant prices increased by 7.7%. When you're living on a budget, that's the kind of thing you can't help but notice. But why does inflation happen, and what can you do to make it hurt less? With big picture concepts like inflation, it's actually helpful to zoom out and take a step back to get a better look. Whenever we hear about inflation, we hear about the Federal Reserve, aka the Fed. The Federal Reserve is the U.S.'s central bank and was created in 1913. They have the power to push and pull some of the biggest levers that manage America's economy. They have a legal mandate to keep employment high, prices stable, and interest rates healthy. One of the ways they do that is by choosing to raise or lower interest rates. And while the Fed doesn't set interest rates on mortgages directly, it does control the federal funds rate. That's the interest rate that banks charge each other for overnight loans to make sure they have enough reserve cash to stay compliant. Other loan rates are like copycats. When the Fed raises the federal funds rate, all the other mortgage, auto, and personal loan rates rise too. When the Fed raises rates, it becomes more expensive to borrow. That means less people borrow, which means less money flows to the economy, which means people spend less. The opposite is true when the Fed is trying to stimulate the economy. They make borrowing cheap, which encourages growth. Unfortunately, controlling inflation is out of our hands. But there are some ways to get creative with it. You can consider changing jobs. If you've been at a place for a while and think you could get paid more somewhere else, then go out and get it. Make sure your money is working for you. When inflation is high, if your money is just sitting in your checking or regular savings account, it doesn't have a chance to grow. If you don't have an immediate need for your cash, consider putting some in a high-yield savings account with a high rate, investing in the stock market, or picking up some I-bonds or certificates of deposit. Consider a mortgage lock. Some lenders like Rocket Mortgage offer a mortgage rate lock, which is when you lock in an interest rate for a set amount of time after getting pre-approved. This is a nice perk when rates are on the rise. Rocket Mortgage has plenty of other ways to help both buyers and sellers. The bottom line is, you've got options. Learn more right now. Thanks for checking us out. If you'd like to see more videos just like this, click right here. And as always, like and subscribe. See you next time.